Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. IPOB has cried out and has accused Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court of conspiring with the Department of State Services. Now, this accusation is coming on the grounds of the issue of solitary confinement that Nnamdi Kanu is passing through. You get to hear what the content of the message, which is for them, they are not happy about it, and they are saying that there is a conspiracy somewhere and that something must not happen to Kanu. You're going to hear fully where they are coming from, and they have also quoted a very key act which was passed by Buhari administration. You get to know the act in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has accused Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court, Abuja, for conspiring with the Department of State Services to put its leader Nnamdi Kanu in solitary confinement. The group reiterated that Kanu has not been convicted and as such should not be tortured with solitary cell as stipulated under Section 2 of the Anti-Torture Act of 2017, which offense attracts 25 years imprisonment upon conviction. According to the group, Nyako has the judicial power to prevail upon the secret police to stop violating Kanu's human rights, but had decided to turn a blind eye. IPOB, however, warned that both Nyako and the DSS will have themselves to blame if Kanu dies in the custody of the secret police, stressing that his health was in critical condition. In a statement by the Media and Publicity Secretary of the group, Emma Powerful, on Wednesday, IPOB said, "We, the global family of the indigenous people of Biafra, ably led by our great and indefatigable leader, Nnamdi Kanu, once again wish to raise alarm over the continuous detention of Kanu in solitary confinement at the State Security Service headquarters, Abuja. We have seen that the presiding judge handling this case, Honorable Justice Binta Nyako, is an accomplice to the suffering of an innocent man who committed no crime known to law in Nigeria and the world. Binta Nyako refused to ensure that DSS oblige and respect the fundamental human right of Kanu as exactly provided. We are watching her and DSS. If anything untoward happened to Kanu in DSS custody, they will regret his rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. Our leader is being held in solitary confinement for 23 hours every day, dear Lord. We raise this alarm again to the public to tell the world that Justice Binta Nyako is giving a blind eye to the impunity of DSS against our leader. A judge should be fair to all, especially the accused who has not been convicted. Kanu should not be treated with brutality simply because he is an Igbo. The fact that all orders made by the court presided over by Justice Binta Nyako about the welfare and management of Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS dungeon were all flouted by the detaining authorities and DSS without being reprimanded or committed for contempt by the presiding judge. Binta Nyako exposed herself to the world that she is serving the interest of Fulani and not the interest of Nigeria. This has further exposed her vulnerability and bias in this matter. Solitary confinement of innocent person is a crime as stipulated under Section 2 of the Anti-Torture Act of 2017, which offense attracts 25 years imprisonment upon confinement. One will begin to wonder, why should a judge be a party to the commission of these heinous crime against Nnamdi Kanu and the entire race like Biafra? It is no longer in controversy that Nnamdi Kanu is detained in solitary confinement where he is daily subjected to mental and emotional torture because of his belief for Biafra freedom and independence. We are calling on men and women of good conscience, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Inter-Society, and reputable human rights organizations across the globe to prevail on Nigerian government and the compromise security agencies, particularly the DSS, as well as Justice Binta Nyako, to release Nnamdi Kanu, whose health condition needs urgent attention. He should not be allowed to die in detention, and as such, this scenario will not be in the interest of anyone. That is what IPOB have to say about the solitary confinement of Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, I mean, that is one of the greatest torture when it comes to, the emotional or mental aspect of a man. I'm serious. It's really serious. I don't know how true that is, but I think that it had been reported by their lawyer, and I think when it was reported by a lawyer of IPOB, what they say was that they should release him from it 23 hours every single day in solitary confinement, where you don't have an opportunity of talking to anyone. It's a serious case. I'm telling you, it can run someone mad. That is a very serious issue. I don't know why that should happen, but I feel that it should be one of the things that his lawyer should present before the court, and letting him to know the position of the DSS in respect to that. It's a serious issue that demands immediate attention. I'm telling you, solitary confinement is one of the worst treatment that can be given to any man on earth. I'm telling you. All right, but let's get to look at some very key issue, the reactions of Nigerians and the like. Now, I'm still talking about the Anti-Torture Act of 2017. It was actually passed by the 8th National Assembly and was signed into law by President Muhammadu Buhari on the 29th of December 2017. But right now, our focus is on Section 2 of that Anti-Torture Act 2017. And according to Section 2, I'm going to read, it is titled Act of Torture, and it defines what amounts to torture. You understand? So this is what amounts to torture. It said torture is deemed committed when an act by which pains and suffering, whether physical or mental, is intentionally inflicted on a person to 1. Obtain information or confession from him or a third party, 2. Punish him for an act he or a third party has committed or suspected of having committed, or intimidate or coerce him or a third party for any reason based on discrimination of any kind. And it goes on to suggest that torture does not include pain or suffering in compliance with lawful sanctions. It then lists, what constitutes torture. For example, systematic beating, head banging, and, a lot of those other stuff. And he went for, if you read Section 3, say that there is no justification for torture, and that is the stand out provision of the Act. No torture justification for torture, as it states that no exceptional circumstances whatsoever, a state of war or a threat of war, internal political instability, or any other public emergency may be invoked as a justification for torture. I don't know how many people even respect, this Anti-Torture Act of 2017. I don't even know if they respect it, because with what we have been seeing thus far in the security setting, it seems as if this law is not even inexistent in Nigeria. But it clearly defines that torture, first of all, it defines what torture means, and which must not be allowed to happen. And, goes to tell us that it is a pain that is inflicted on someone physically or mentally, intentionally, because you want to obtain information and all of that. And right now, IPOB is talking about, mental torture given to him by, keeping him away from the people and all of that, that Nyako should do something about it. But let's just look at what Nigerians have to say about it. This one here says, this kind of laws does not hold water in Nigeria. One of the things that is happening in the country is that laws are made, but nobody even have respect for law. And when this happens, you just realize that the country is on autopilot in virtually all the arms of government, whether it is executive, whether it is legislature or judiciary. So many other comments are there, but I'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Do you think that the IPOB have good reasons, to complain about this issue of him being kept all alone? Let's interact.